Okay, today we're going to take some notes and talk a little bit about something called inverse operations. Okay, basically what an inverse operation is it is the opposite math operation. It's pretty simple, so I can teach this to you pretty fast, okay? All right, so let's take addition and subtraction. That would be Tank trying to get in. Okay, so let's say you start with the number 5 and you add 3 to it. Okay, then you'd get 8. The inverse operation of add is subtract because it's the opposite of add. Let me show you mathematically what that means. So if I take my 5 and I add 3 and then I subtract 3, that's going to put me, 5 plus 3 is 8 minus 3. That's going to put me back at 5. So if I add 3 to 5 and then I subtract 3 from that, that puts me back to 5. So basically, these two things right here cancel each other out. Okay? All right, let's do one for subtraction. Let's start with 10. And let's subtract 4. 10 minus 4 would give me 6. The inverse operation of subtract is addition. Let's look at that. So if I do 10 minus 4 and then I add 4, 10 minus 4 is 6, plus 4 takes me back to 10. So these two, what do? They cancel each other out. Okay? So basically what you could do here is you could think of it like this. 10 minus 4 plus 4 equal to 10. You could basically cross that out. Because it's like you're adding 4 and then you're subtracting 4, takes you back to where you originally started. Okay? So, addition and subtraction are inverse operations of each other. Okay, let's talk about our other two operations in math, which is multiply and divide. These work the same way. These two are inverse operations of each other. Okay, let's look at an example for multiply first. Let's say I have 7 and I multiply it by 4. 7 times 4 gives me 28. The inverse operation of multiply is divide. So let's look at if we do that. We multiply by 4 and then we divide by 4. What does that give us? 7 times 4 is 28. Divided by 4 is 7. So these two do what? Cancel each other out. Like that. Okay? Let's do one where we start with division. Let's see. Let's do, I don't know, 18 divided by 3. Okay, 18 divided by 3 is 6. Okay, the inverse of divide is multiply. So let's divide by 3 and then let's multiply by 3 and see what we get. 18 divided by 3 is 6. And then 6 times 3 is 18. So again, the divide and the multiply cancel each other out. Okay? All right, so let's make a little chart here. Okay? If I add 5, the inverse is to subtract 5. Okay? So if I subtract 5, the inverse would be to add 5. If I multiply by 5, the inverse would be to divide by 5. And finally, if I divide, oops, it's kind of a percent mark. If I divide by 5, the inverse would be to multiply by 5. Okay? I think of inverse as opposites. Add and subtract are opposites. Multiply and divide are opposites. If you add 5, to undo it, you subtract 5. If you subtract 5, to undo it, you add 5. If you multiply by 5, to undo it, you divide by 5. So if this is the operation that you're going to use, or that you're using, then this is the operation that would undo it. Okay, there's some really cool math terminology for you. Okay, next you're going to watch a video on how we use inverse operations to solve one-step equations. Okay, all right, bye. I'll see y'all tomorrow.